Hello, and welcome to my discussion on human trafficking, a local issue. Sex trafficking is described by the Michigan Human Trafficking Task Force as the recruitment, harboring, transportation, provision, or obtaining of a person for the purposes of a commercial sex act in which the commercial sex act is induced by force, fraud, or coercion, or in which the person included to perform such an act has not attained 18 years of age. The Polaris Project reported that globally, the International Labour Organization estimates that there are 4.8 million people trapped in forced sexual exploitation. However, sex trafficking rarely happens the way that we see Hollywood portray it. Vulnerable girls such as runaways, victims of domestic violence, or illegal immigrants are the targets for sex traffickers. It rarely happens as young, innocent girls walking home from school being ripped into a shady white van and driven away. Although that does happen from time to time, that is not the main way that sex trafficking occurs. In fact, the top two methods of recruiting include false intimate relationships that lead to the trafficker forcing the victim into slavery, such as a man connecting with a young girl on social media or another online platform and building a relationship little by little until he eventually asks to meet up with the girl, in which he forces her into slavery. The second top method of recruiting is familial trafficking. So that is a mother or father selling their child into sex slavery or pimping their child out, or a brother or sister or an aunt or uncle or grandma or grandpa trafficking one of their relatives for their own personal benefit. This issue, however, is often looked at as something that happens on movie screens or something that happens in another country. However, it is not so far away. Many people are completely unaware of the prevalence of sex trafficking in the state of Michigan. According to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, it is happening in every single county of Michigan. In fact, Michigan is ranked in the top 10 states with most reported cases of sex trafficking by the National Sex Trafficking Human Hotline. There have already been 176 confirmed cases of sex trafficking reported in Michigan in 2018. Almost half of these victims are young girls under the age of 18. In 2017, there were over 241 sex trafficking cases, 412 identified victims, and 224 known sex traffickers in the state of Michigan. In September, a huge sex trafficking ring was busted by Michigan law enforcement, which led to the recovery of 123 missing children found in Wayne County. For reference, that is the county that our school, Madonna University, is located in. So what to do about this great problem of sex trafficking? First of all, be aware. Stay informed about this issue and discuss it with those around you. Make it a common topic of discussion. And be active on researching what's happening and if it's getting better and what you can do online, because it's not always going to be the top thing reported on the daily news. Secondly, watch for common signs of human trafficking, such as constant monitoring by another individual, always watching, always keeping track of their actions, poor hygiene or nutrition, lack of knowledge about the surrounding areas as if they are unfamiliar with where they are, or reluctance to discuss their living situation. And if you see any of these signs, call the National Hotline for Human Trafficking. These are the 3 websites that I chose to get most of my information from, including the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, the Polaris Project, and the Michigan Human Trafficking Task Force. Thank you.